Hello everyone and welcome to Cricket Captain 2025 news, where today we're going to be discussing the initial announcement of the game and what is set to come once this new game does drop on the 27th of June on Steam, coming soon to iOS, Android, Mac and Switch. So let's get into what is going to be the features of this game then. It talks about being obviously a packed international season with Test cricket taking centre stage, with Australia taking on South Africa. So obviously you can play as that. You can play the tournament mode or the competition mode. You can play as either of those teams to try and win that World Test Championship final. It is apparently going to be a completely new look game. Beautifully designed, clean look interface, reducing distractions and helping take gameplay to a new immersive experience, which is very interesting stuff. And apparently they've also updated scoring rates and wicket chances in T20 games, which is always a bonus. I felt like that was a thing in the past and they keep talking about it, but maybe it's just they continue to keep tweaking it, keep making it better, which is, again, always very good. That's interesting as well. Also improve the speed of the game engine. Okay, nice. I guess that's the simulator being tweaked to be faster. There is now, which I'm actually quite excited about, a new in-game player editor, which allows you to edit player abilities, including batting, bowling, fielding, aggression, and opener type. For the first time, you can adjust your players as you want without sacrificing the core player selection gameplay, which is great. That is a big plus for this game, for sure. That's something I think that the community has been asking for years. In fact, I'm doing a series on Cricket Captain 2020 where I actually have basically a program that lets me tweak the players' abilities and whatnot, because that was not obviously a feature in the past. Now, here it is here, allowing me to do it in the game as part of the game, which is great. Database expands, which is nice, as per every year. All the domestic systems have been updated. Okay, so let's go through the key features then. So it is a new interface with a fresh look. We've talked about the player editor. Improved T20 over engine following user suggestions. Very nice. Player generations rebalanced, okay, with T20s. This one's very underrated, but sounds awesome. Apply for captaincy positions around the world. What that makes it sound like is you can basically go, I'd like to be the captain of, let's say I'm doing the Big Bash, I'd like to move to New Zealand, please. And see if they will accept my offer to basically, or one of the teams maybe will accept the offer to move across to New Zealand and you can play over there. Or to obviously like England or something like that. That sounds great. I love the idea that you can like decide to do that. There has been in the past, like, a lot of the times as your career modes go on, you get more and more offers from different competitions all around the world, but it's kind of random, so you can't really decide, okay, I want to go over here. Now it seems like you can get a bit more control around. At least you can apply to go over there to a specific place, and if you get accepted, obviously, then that's super cool because you just move across straight over there. Fantastic. That is actually quite nice. I'm very much looking forward to that. More commentary if you listen to that. Score predictor, faster score predictor for more immediate feedback. Also very nice. Obviously, international team rankings updated, player rankings updated, international trophies updated. And that's pretty much all of the new stuff that's coming, other than Pakistan. Okay, got updated. All the new systems and rules and whatnot are in. Does that actually finally mean we have the impact player? Maybe. Maybe. We shall wait and see. Test Championship, okay, has been updated because it's pretty much over now. Very, very nice. That is pretty much that. Let's take a look at the two screenshots, though, because it's very, very different. Look at this. So, I don't know, if I'm honest, if this is actually a phone display or a PC display. I don't know. It all used to be on the left-hand side of the screen. Now it's all down the bottom. It looks so much cleaner being on the bottom because you can see actual, like, pictures. So it's much more visual now. So the icons you can see much better. You can see like tours, Test Championship, the tables. So you should be able to click around a lot more easily, because on the left-hand side, you kind of had to read what the thing was before you click on it. Whereas down the bottom, you can actually kind of just be like, okay, I want coaching, and like you'll be able to find the coaching one. It looks like you can also click menu and also probably bring up a side dash or something if you need to do that. Yeah, honestly, like the scores, messages, it all looks really nice. Even the teams down the bottom, the actual matchup, Derbyshire versus Middlesex, looks really clean now. You can see the date more cleanly. Again, I'm not sure if this is PC or not, or if this is phone, but it should make the phone way better looking at this, because this, like, your phone is exactly this sort of size. And this is the new layout in the game. That definitely is very different. Nice, different background image. I think it is England playing... It looks like James Anderson at the bottom right. So it might be a screenshot from last year, maybe. I could be wrong. But there you go. There's a picture of Lords anyway. In the back, always nice. Good backdrop. It would actually long-term be nice to have, like... So this is being played at Lords, and which has the Lords backdrop. It'd be nice to have different backdrops for different places, but maybe that's asking a lot, if I'm honest. But it looks really nice. You can have the highlights down the bottom, the predictor. It just looks... It looks pretty much the same. Like, it's all the same menu. Nothing's really moved around. It just looks better. More clean, easier to, like, click around on. I'm loving this. Personally, it looks great. Big fan of this. I think that's a nice upgrade for sure. Okay, now let's move on to a different topic, and that is the player names. The player names have all changed because Cricket Captain, there was a big legal debate basically, and Cricket Captain didn't want to get involved in the legal side of player licensing and whatnot. So a lot of players' names have now been changed for Cricket Captain 2024, and it will be the same for this game as well. That's obviously not ideal, kind of sucks. But the good news is a lot of the community has already made patches for Cricket Captain 2024 to actually redo the names anyway. So if that's going to be the case for Cricket Captain 2025, I think that's actually okay. I think it's actually going to work out. I think moving forwards, you could even say for this game, there is, because of that, a missed opportunity to actually delve into more competitions in the game, knowing that if licensing is not an issue, you can just throw up random names. There's actually no holdback to why you can't add more competitions into the game, knowing that there's no penalty for adding extra player licensing, quote unquote, because all the players are unlicensed anyway. So that's an interesting thing that I think Cricket Captain could work on moving forwards. And again, honestly, I'm going to say it. The one thing I wanted in this game is I want women's cricket. I want to be able to play as the women's players, or, I want to be able to coach the women's players, or captain, if you will, the women's players in this game. I think that would be very cool. A bit of a shame it isn't in this game again. I can understand it, but also it doesn't mean I can't ask for it every year, and I will continue to ask for it until I get it. But that is the one, major out for me that's still not in this game. And also, well, actually, the other one being DRS. I personally am not too disappointed with it because I don't see too many bad decisions, but sometimes they're absolute howlers that you're just like, oh gosh. How many competitions of those do I actually play that would have had DRS anyway? Probably very few. So I'm not sure. I'm not too bothered by that, but those are probably the two things that I'm thinking of that are still missing from this game, from my opinion, for what I would like to see for Cricket Captain 2025. But otherwise, let me know your thoughts on what Cricket Captain 2025 looks like for you. What do you think they should have added in this game that they didn't? Or comment down below what you think of the additions that they have added to Cricket Captain 2025. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about my predictions for who's going to be the best players to watch out for in Cricket Captain 2025. Stay tuned for that. And until then, everyone, take care.